All right. For this video, I want your honest opinion in reference to if you were facing double digits or life in jail, like Takashi 6ix9ine or like Sammy the Bull, Takashi 6ix9ine, or any of the other snitches. Would you snitch? I want to know your honest to goodness. I mean, I'm not gonna get nobody honest opinion about snitching. I know ain't nobody want to be straight up about that situation unless you in this situation. If you were facing double digits, you and your crew, you and your gang, whoever, your co-defendants or whatever the situation is, you got caught, finally busted, everybody's facing a lot of time. This may be like a gang situation along with the RICO law, conspiracy charges, and all that stuff. You know, you have family. You know, you have either your mother, your father, your aunts, or whoever, your cousins, your brothers, your sister, kids, or what have you out here. And, you know, just life in general. You know, life is short. Life in general. I mean, how many years can you do in jail and you know, and come back out and have good, you know, good life? We're not getting no younger. So my this video, I want to know honest opinion about would you do the same thing? I mean, it's a scary situation, but it seemed like all the hardened gangsters, they snitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like the understudies be snitching. It'd be like the main figure or the main boss, whatever, be snitching. Once he see he's facing double digits, or once he see he's facing life in jail, he end up snitching. And not only that, most of the time they find out that while they locked up, one of their homeboys is sleeping with their girl or their wife while they locked up in jail, or whatever the situation is. Like in Takashi 6ix9ine's situation, with all the phone tapping and stuff like that, and saying that he needs to be violated. You know, he was separating from his management team, so, you know, they definitely probably was going to come after him for that. And you know, we don't know what they was going to do. Beat him up, shoot him, kill him. We don't know what the situation is. Me personally, I don't get involved with gang activity, so I'm not going to find myself in a situation where it's a conspiracy, because to me, when the Bloods and the Crips came from California, when it started spreading into New York and stuff like that, all that colors and all of that stuff like that, all that loud colors and stuff, is just like you could just drive by the corner, or you could drive by the projects and see everybody with red on, or, you know, or whatever the situation is, or with their blues on, or whatever the situation is. And, you know, if I'm doing dirt in the street, or if I'm in a gang, or whatever the situation is, I want to lay low. You know, my thing when I was running around in the street was to lay as low as possible, and I did a good job because I never was arrested for anything. You know what I'm saying? I even later on went to go and work with the police department and everything like that. I have right now a clean background. So my thing with the gang is that they was too loud for me. You know what I'm saying? They was too loud, and it was like follow the leader. You couldn't have your own you couldn't make your own like decisions or whatever the situation is about somebody. If one person don't like somebody, then the whole gang don't like them and stuff like that. So you're being harassed by the whole gang and stuff like that. I can't, you know, do that to people unless I have a reason. You give me a reason to bother you or make your life miserable, and I'm just not into that. I'm not that type of person and stuff like that. So I would never find myself in a predicament as far as being arrested with a whole lot of people. If I'm gonna do my dirt, I'm gonna do my dirt by myself. You know what I'm saying? If I really have to do something bad or dirty, I won't want no co-defendants. I don't want nobody knowing that I did it. You know what I'm saying? I want to sneak around and do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, when I leave the scene or whatever, nobody know that I was there, I was in the area, nothing. There's no partner or nobody to tell on me or whatever the situation. So if I feel like I have to do some dirt or something in the street, I would rather do it by myself. And I'm not really that type of person. I'm more like the laid back person. I'm the chill person, and I don't like no problems or no trouble or whatever the situation is. But on the other hand, if I was that type of person that I joined a gang or whatever the situation is, and they was locking, you know, all of us up, you know, for whatever was going on, you know, whatever criminal activities, murders or robberies or whatever they was, whatever the affiliation is or whatever, they was locking a group of us, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 of us, 100, whatever, because they've been locking up the gangs out of the projects, like by the, you know, hundreds, you know what I'm saying, in New York and stuff. They've been going around to each project, so that right there automatically tell you that you shouldn't, you know, get down with that shit, because, you know, the feds is already running around locking everybody up, so that's not a good thing, and you're getting conspiracy. So if you're just standing around in the gang, you know, you're getting conspiracy. But if I was a part of the gang and they finally did a sweep and I was a part of the lockup or whatever the situation was, then I was looking at double digits or life, I might have to do some goddamn snitches, because I cannot see myself living in no goddamn jail for a week. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get through the 1 or 2 nights that you have to stay to see the judge when you get locked up for something minor like traffic or something like that. I can't even stand that. I don't eat or anything like that. I just like suffer it out until I see the judge, and then when I see the judge, I come out there, I'll be raggedy, messed up, hungry, starving, trying to get home. And when I get home, I take a shower, throw all of them clothes away, and you know, get me something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do no jail time. So, you know, don't nobody do any crime with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't do crimes with nobody anyway. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it by myself. And if they're going to, you know, either I'm going to get away with it or they're going to bust me. And I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut for myself or whatever the situation. It ain't going to be about no co-defendants. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need a whole bunch of people to come and witness my bad doings, so that when it's time to get arrested and somebody want to get a lighter sentence, you know, they could tell on me. You understand what I'm saying? That just doesn't, everything is just like a dummy situation. But if I was facing double digits or I was facing life in jail, the reason why I say is because all of the people that's in the gang with you, all your gang buddies and stuff like that, is all, you know, derelicts. You understand what I'm saying? And not only that, but once y'all all get arrested and come back out, things is not going to be the same again. Y'all not getting back together to be in that same gang again after doing 10, 15, 20 years or 25 years to life or whatever. Y'all not coming out to see each other again. Now, Takashi 6ix9ine is not coming out to be 9 Trey, the Bloods again. He's not coming out, to be around like those same people, Shotty and all of them, or whoever their names is or whatever. He's not coming out to be around those same people again. You know, once the feds picked them all up and locked them all up and everybody getting their time and stuff like that, you know, they getting, you know, double digits and stuff like that. Even when they come out, they're going to be on parole and supervised, and they're going to make sure that by the time they finish supervising them, their lives and stuff like that, that they old people, you know, because they're already like, you know, in their 20s, you know, 25, 30s or whatever the situation. All of those guys is kind of like up there already. So by the time they finish their time, they're going to be up in their 40s, you know, damn near 50 or whatever the situation is. They're not going to be trying to be on that type of time. You know, they're going to be watching their back from people like them, who they are now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be trying to, you know, stay away from, you know, not getting caught, because it's not the same when you get older. You can't be running the street like you were a kid or whatever the situation is. It's not the same. So I think, you know, with what the feds do is like they've tapped the phones and stuff like that, and you hear people talking about you, or you hear people like they were setting you up, like they were setting him up and everything like that to violate him or whatever this is, or they was going to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then somebody was supposed to had slept with his baby's mother or whatever, even though she said, you know, that's not true or whatever the situation is. And that's not a reason. You know, that's not no excuse or no reason or whatever the situation is. Straight up and down, I don't want to spend, you know, my life in jail. I do not want to spend my life in jail for no niggas in the street. And do I care what a nigga in the street has to say about me? Niggas from the hood and the projects and all of that stuff like that, that won't give two shits, won't bring me no commissary, won't make sure my family's okay, won't make sure my kid's okay. If anything, they'll probably try to violate my child or whatever the situation is or whatever, you know. So, yeah, no. It ain't going to be the same, no way. So, my question is for your honest opinion. You know, I'm giving my honest opinion, so your honest opinion about the situation. I'm not going through the whole case and all the names and all that stuff. I'm not into that. I'm not really interested in all of that stuff like that. I think he's supposed to be able to come out in the summertime, somewhere July, August, or whatever the situation is, and I never spoke on this situation, but the only thing I really did want to know about the situation is all these people that's denouncing him for snitching and stuff like that. Not only that, is different than me too, because he's got a celebrity career. You know, to make millions, and, you know, to do movies, and, you know, to do music and shows and make money off of shows and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He got fame and stuff like that. So would you accept double digits and then think, just hope that you have a career when you come home? I'm talking about gang activity, and I'm talking about conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? He was facing like 47 years. Maybe he wasn't going to get 47 if he didn't snitch. Maybe he was just going to get like 15 or 20 like the rest of them or whatever the situation is. But hey, you know what I'm saying? You don't stay young forever. So it's not like in 15 or 20 years, he's still going to be that young, you know, hopping around dancing boy. You know what I'm saying? So, this is for you, want to be gangsters and, want to be in the gang and all of that stuff like that, this is what come with the territory, you know what I'm saying? Either, jail or death or whatever the situation is. So the ones that end up in jail, whether you end up with double digits or not, or whatever the situation is, or even life, according to what you've done out here, you know what I'm saying? It's better than being in your grave and, not existing anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So, I think that, you join a gang and stuff like that, so, y'all can support each other. If y'all have any trouble, you could go get your gang members and stuff like that. But I don't really think anybody is that 100% true to each other in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? The streets is the streets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't really trust nobody. You can't even really trust yourself and stuff like that. So why would I do double digits or life for niggas, just niggas in the street? You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? You understand what I'm saying? But that's just me, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. Mainly if I found out that somebody was fucking my girl, or I would use any excuse to snitch if I was facing double digits of life. Oh, these niggas out here sleeping with my girls out in the street now. They snatching up, they robbing my house, or they stole all the money when I got locked up, or whatever the situation is, whatever. I'm oh, they was threatening to kill me, you know what I'm saying? The feds had wiretaps that that they showed me, or whatever, they let me hear, or whatever the situation is, what my own crew and my own people was doing against me. You understand what I'm saying? So if y'all was about to violate me or do something against me, this is my opportunity to do something to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. You understand what I'm saying? But the only thing lucky for Takashi 6ix9ine compared to somebody, a regular Joe Blow, snitching, is that he'll come out with money, he'll come out with deals or whatever the situation is, and he'll be able to pay for security. And those guys who's locked up and stuff like that, I don't think they're going to be trying to do anything else. They're already in hella hot water, and they're going to be watched. Even once they get out or get paroled, they're going to be having supervised parole and all that stuff like that. So I don't really see no dangers for him unless, he just do something stupid and just be walking the streets out here where he don't need to be. But if he do his shows, have his security and go to his shows, and he, go into the rich neighborhood or a gated community where he live, I don't think he's going to have a problem, to tell you the truth. But that's just me. I'm not really sure. I'm not a part of all of that stuff. So, I'm not really sure if some stranger that had nothing to do with 9 Trey would just come up and, murk him. Most likely it would have to be one of those 9 Trey Bloods or whatever the situation is. They from what, Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that they in all the states or anything like that. So, most of them is already locked up or whatever. They may still have a few of them, but their gang is like weakened and stuff like that. So I really don't see a whole bunch of a problem for him unless he desire to come out and be in the streets of Brooklyn and running around in Brooklyn and doing videos in Brooklyn, and they catch him out there like that. So the gang culture and stuff like that, it's not a good thing, is really what I'm trying to bring forth. I know a lot of people, it's too late, y'all already joined in, however got jumped in or whatever, however y'all got in and stuff like that, and it's, I guess, blood in, blood out, so it's probably too late. But I want your honest opinion. If you was looking at double digits, or you was looking at life, would you really want to do that time if they offered you a deal? that you could come out in 2 years or 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? Would you really want to say, oh, no, I don't want to do 2 years or 5 years? Give me the double digits. Give me 47 years. Give me life. I mean, who would do that? Who would do that? And, as far as them trying to say, oh, he's weak because he snitched, so he folded quick and stuff like that. That's not true. To me, I think if you snitch, I think it makes you hard because, you got to have a lot of heart to snitch. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a lot of balls to snitch because you have to be concerned about when you come out here, who's going to run down on you. You always like watching your back. And then you got to worry about your family, your kids, and all kind of stuff like that. So, all the ones that snitched, like Alpo and all of that and stuff like that, and even Alpo, he was an admired figure. His name rang as an admired figure in the street. Like, after the movie came out and we found out about all of those murders and stuff like that, it was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? But he was like a heartthrob to all of, at the time he was out here, I was a teenager. So, I had girlfriends that used to say they was messing with Alpo and stuff like that, and I look at them like, really? You in Harlem, messing with a drug dealer, really? You know what I'm saying? We just teenagers in high school and stuff like that, and my girlfriends were saying that and stuff like that. So, he was like an admired figure, the females all loved him and stuff like that. They was all claiming him and stuff like that, His name rang like a celebrity in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And he was like flashy with the cars and flashy with the clothes and stuff like that. And, with Alpo and stuff like that, he was like a celebrity figure, you know what I'm saying? And he was feared and stuff like that. So, but I didn't learn about everything else about him until actually I really seen a movie and was like, oh, all of that stuff was going on. I didn't know all that stuff was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I never really met him in person and stuff like that. I used to ride past down in Harlem and sometime, get a glimpse of whatever the situation is or whatever of the guys standing out there and stuff. But never personally met him or whatever the situation is. So all I'm trying to say is the toughest guys snitch. You know what I'm saying? They have the heart, like I don't, I'm going to do this and let a nigga approach or let a nigga try something. So to me, it's not the weaklings. I wouldn't say that Takashi is a weakling for snitching. I think that like Sammy the Bull, he killed a lot of people and stuff like that. All the ones that snitch is the killers. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't make him a weak link, and it doesn't. It's not like he folded or bending and stuff like that. It's like he standing tough and strong. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a lot of heart to to snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like to say, well, and then I don't want witness protection. I don't want to go somewhere far away and change my identity and be somewhere strange and take a regular job and all of that stuff like that. So, yeah, I think, honest opinion, most of us motherfuckers would snitch, and you crazy if you say that yeah, I want to spend my life in jail. You just as crazy as hell. You understand? That's just as crazy as hell because you in worse danger in there. Because if you're a man and stuff like that, they're gonna be raping you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And turning you out and stuff like that. You're gonna be having sex with men and stuff like that. You got that to look forward to. Even if you're not gay and stuff like that, you gonna have to have some feelings for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Going being there falling in love with a man and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I want to say. I want to ask, would you snitch if you had double digits of life? Like and subscribe. Peace. I'm out.